Jerry Mallory here for SB Nation and PrideOfDetroit.com, and I come to bear bad news. I've got 3 reasons why the Detroit Lions will not be victorious in Atlanta this Sunday. Before we get into those 3 reasons, let me make my stance clear. I hope I'm wrong. I'm not part of the clan that wants the Lions to lose. I get the reasons, I get the sentiment. Some of them I understand, a few I might agree with, but I'm always rooting for them to win. Number one, winning is fun. I felt better this Sunday than the Sundays in which we lose, which are far too many. I want meaningful games into November and December. We have an opportunity for that. We have a schedule that could provide that. I would love to see a wild card game. We have an opportunity for that as well. And so I'm rooting for them to win. And here's another point. No matter who is our coach and GM next year, if it's the same guys, if it's new guys, winning means players that are on the team this year and will likely be on the team next year are playing good. I mean, I know it's like a simple approach or way to look at it, but it's true. You look at last week, we won. Players like DeAndre Swift, who we hope are here for a few years, played good. Amani O, not going to try to pronounce his last name, should be here for a few years, played good. Trey Flowers, Jamie Collins. So winning is a byproduct of success. Like a John Madden quote, right? No duh. We're not going to have a complete overhaul. Many of the players that are on the team this year will be here next year. So that means if we're winning, they're playing good, and that bodes well for whoever is the GM and coach next year. But let's get into those 3 reasons. If I'm being honest, I could just say defense, defense, and defense. Despite the impressive performance last week, I'm not fully confident that it's going to carry over. I need to see it for another game or 2 to believe that the pressures and the run defense has improved. And so let's talk about that reason number 1, particularly the defense. Our defense played good last week. I get it, but prior to that, it was one of the worst looking defenses. Looked worse than the 0-16 team. So I need to see more games to have confidence. This is a team, the Atlanta Falcons. They don't have the best record, but they do have a good offense. And the success for them really, too, is when the pocket is not compromised. That's when Matt Ryan can get to his weapons. That's when he can get to Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones, even Russell Gage. And when it comes to the pocket being clean, I just don't see interior pass rush from the Lions. Nick Williams, Deshaun Hand. I mean, these guys, I haven't seen a whole lot from them. And so to get interior pass rush, we're either going to have to blitz. In that case, we better come home, because if we don't get home, again, those weapons are going to eat us alive. So I'm just worried about the defense, and that's my main reason for thinking that they will lose this Sunday. Now, reason number 2 ties into the defense in some ways as well. The key to beating the Atlanta Falcons is winning in a shootout. They don't have a good record. They aren't good, but the teams that have beat them typically have won in a shootout fashion, and they have been successful through the air. The Lions haven't proven that yet. To beat Atlanta, teams have had to have 300 or 400 yards in the air, 3 or 4 touchdowns. They had the ability to score very quick, huge plays. The Lions, I haven't seen it yet, and a lot of that falls on Matthew Stafford. So in terms of beating them in a shootout, until I see Matthew Stafford make some improvements, even last week, he was better, but not quite to what we expect from him. I don't see us having the ability to win in a shootout fashion, which is kind of the recipe to beat the Falcons. And it's not all on Stafford. There's a few things with this team and the construction, even our receivers. I love them, but getting separation, is just not there. Every completion is this contested thing where Stafford has to thread the needle. So I'm not putting it all on number 9, but just the overall impact or lack thereof of having a high-powered offense. I just don't see it. And so reason number 3, if we look at the success that we did have with ground control, with controlling the clock, with running the ball last week, that's kind of our motto if we're going to win. That's what Matt Patricia wants to do. It's going to be hard against Atlanta. For all of their woes, they don't have a great defense, but their run defense is actually one of the best in the league. If we're going with raw stats, they're the 5th best run defense in the league. If we're going with advanced metrics, they're number 8. Grady Jarrett is a beast. So the ability for us to be successful on the ground again, DeAndre Swift having another big game, I would love to see it happen, but it's going to be very hard. So you add all those 3 things up, I just don't see us beating the Atlanta Falcons. But like I said, I hope I'm wrong. Before we get out of here, one last extra point. I know some have been talking about Antonio Brown. A very quick 3 reasons why it's not happening for the Lions. Number 1, he's going to want to go to a winning team that has the best shot at the Super Bowl, and that isn't us right now, unfortunately. Number 2, Quinn and Patricia are on the hot seat. This is a very delicate year. They can't risk, someone that could be as combustible as Antonio Brown. And at number 3, even when Quinn and Patricia have had job security, their motto has not been to bring in a lot of risky guys, a lot of reclamation projects. They've done it a few times, but not that much. That's one of the few ways that they are dissimilar to the Patriots regime. Patriots will bring in risky guys, just like they did with Antonio Brown, but some of that is in line with being close to winning and needing one piece, again, which the Lions aren't. So that's going to do it for this week. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. Subscribe. Also, leave your comments below. Why do you think I'm right? Why do you think I'm wrong? Who do you think is going to be victorious this Sunday, and what's going to be the keys to victory? So that's it, man. I'm out of here. We'll be back next week. We'll talk about some Lions versus Falcons recaps. And I have a little fun idea we're going to do. We're going to get the trade machine going next week, so look out for that. So that's it. Don't just watch me. Watch our podcast, video stream. Watch Kelly Rowe. Tons of goodness here on YouTube. But until next time, this has been Jerry Mallory for SB Nation and PrideOfDetroit.com.